to share his personal testimony. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, join me to welcome Barrister Isaac Okpanachi to share his testimony. Can we unmute Isaac, please?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Isaac Okpanachi. I bring you greetings from Abuja, the capital city of Nigeria. This is my testimony. I was raised in a church, very strict church, very disciplined church. I grew up in that church, and for 17 years, never quite heard the gospel. I went to junior high school. I became a rebel. I became an outlaw. I became an Indian or marijuana addict in junior high school. Fast forward a little, I left school in June 1975. In December 1975, we came home on holidays, my sisters, my brothers. To be specific, on the 15th of December, I went into the bush with a friend of mine to smoke marijuana, 3 hours. At the end, going back to my father's house, stoned out of this world altogether. My uncle, who lived with us, looked me straight in the eyes and he said to me, Isaac, are you sure if you died, you are going to heaven? I said, heaven? Who's going to die at the age of 17? What have I done? This is how I tried to dismiss what my uncle said to me. It was too early for anybody to talk to me about dying. But that question messed up that evening for me. Whatever I did, the question pursued me. What if you die? Yes, such a question would bother me because I grew up in the church. But what could I do about it? I didn't know what to do. That night, as I went to bed, at 10 p.m., my eyes refused to close. I couldn't fall asleep because this question kept me awake. What if you die? Where will you spend eternity? Lying on the bed, unable to fall asleep. Suddenly, I remember something that happened to me 3 years before that time. 3 years before that time, I was in Form 2 of junior high, and I followed 5 of my friends to the River Niger to go and wash clothes. And a boy, junior to me, jumped inside the river and started swimming. I never learned how to swim in my life. But for a junior student to jump inside the river and try to outdo me became an issue. And one of my own classmates said to me, Isaac, 2 years you have been in this school, you cannot swim. This boy that came yesterday, he's swimming, you're a lazy man, you're lazy. So I told them, you think I cannot swim? Because I don't want to swim? I said, if you can swim, show us. See river, show us. People, this is how I took 3 steps back. Ran. Jumped into the river and I sank to the bottom of the river like a stone. All was in my effort to square up to the junior student. As many of you as know anything about river, before river carries you away, river will show you to the world 3 times. You will sink, you will come out. You will sink, you will come out. If you come out the 3rd time, nobody helps you, you know you are dead. Yours sincerely was thrown up 3 times. But after some time, I found myself in the sand by the side of the river. What happened? The best boy in our class, one of the 5 of them, that came, jumped inside the river after me. When he saw I was struggling, he risked his life. The most dangerous thing anyone can try to do is try to save somebody who is drowning. Paul is his name. He brought me out. That is why I'm alive today. I'm lying on the bed on the 15th of December, 1975, unable to fall asleep. I'm saying to what my uncle said to me, too early to die. I'm only 17 years old, but I was 14 when I nearly drowned in the River Niger. So I saw the folly in my argument. That was the reason I climbed out of bed, knelt by the side of the bed, and began to talk to Jesus, consciously, deliberately, knowingly. For the first time in my life, I'm talking to Jesus as if I believe there's somebody there. Before that time, I used to pray before eating or pray before lying down, but nothing real. There was nothing real to it. I just said words. But for the first time in my life, I'm pleading with Jesus because I knew that if I died that night, I had no chance in a million of seeing God because of the way I lived my life. I prayed. I cannot tell how long that prayer went, but I climbed back into bed and I fell asleep like a baby. Only that when the day broke and I came out, I was on cloud 9. Joy, peace, love in my heart as I never felt before. I fell in love with everything I saw. Fell in love with people, fell in love with house, fell in love with the ground, fell in love with the sky, fell in love with goats, fell in love with sheep, fell in love with animals, fell in love with everything I saw. I began to say to myself, what's happening to me? Why am I feeling like this? Then I remembered people, 45 years have passed since I had that experience with Jesus, had that encounter with Jesus. What I can tell you, Jesus came into my life, order came into my life, purpose came into my life, discipline came into my life, direction came into my life. That is encounter. It's been 45 years of following Jesus and seeing the because of the shortness of the time I have. Īsā laika man nav iespējas visu izstāstīt, bet es sākumā arī neticēju svētajam garam, neticēju, un tad es dabūju svētā gara kristību. Of the Christian Corpus Fellowship. Un tad es pievienojos šai sadraudzībai, šai BMF, un vienreiz mūsu prezidents, lai viņš uzaicinātu cilvēku, varētu saņemt svētā gara kristību, es pat nezināju, par ko ir stāsts. Un tad te viņš ir. Un tur bija cilvēki, kas uzlika rokas uz tiem cilvēkiem, kuri vēlējās saņemt svētā gara kristību. Un tur var sakot, tie cilvēki tika kristīti ar svētā gara. Un es teikšu, ka kāds mani, tā kā pieskaras, gadīs, tā kā mani tā pagrūši. Un tas bija 83. gadā. Un tā bija labākā lieta, kas man notikās. Es pievienojos, 95. gadā pievienojos BMF sadraudzībai. Tur man mācīja, kā uzturēt attiecību ar Dievu. Šī ir mana sieva, kas sēž 90. gadā mēs viņiem satikāmies. Then in 2005, 2005. gadā Dievs pieskarās arī. Es biju jurists un lai mēs izmantojam tos laiku, ko Dievs mums dod, izmantojam viņu darbam. Un 2004. gadā un tagad mums ir dažādi šīs sasteigšanas noteikās.
Jūs ļaus mums izmantot satikt 1000 cilvēku dažādās ciematos un pilsētās.
100,000 people.
Mums ir vesela komanda, kas ar to nodarbojas, ar cilvēku sasniegšanu. Un mēs esam sekmīgi tajā. Paldies jums liels, lai Dievs jūs sveitī visas. Prieks redzēt jūs visus šajā pēcpusdienā. Paldies tev, Isaac. Tagad es gribētu, ka kungs, seniors, Jose Barates no Kostarikas runāt, uzaicināt. Viņš stāv